So this is again what is concept and what is not concept. So that means one has to let go of everything. Everything has to be let go of. So and the ultimate what we come in the practice of the noble eightfold path is the subtlest layer of conceiving is the perception, and that perception is also let go of in the practice of this noble eightfold path. And when one lets go of that sort of perception and that sort of any sort of imagination of what the things should be, then one would experience the what is called the cessation of perception and feeling and consciousness. So that sort of what happens at that stage is that one would realize that the mind and mind objects are not the two things, they are just mind made. So when there is no distinction between mind and mind objects, so one does not start to imagine. And when one does not imagine, that means mind and mind concept, mind object do not arise. And so when they do not arise, mind consciousness ceases. So when mind consciousness ceases, with the cessation of mind consciousness, all that the notion of consciousness disappears, because it didn't found any support from the namarupa. Yeah. So that's how the link of dependent origination come to collapse, with the kind of realization that it is the interplay of mind. It was mind that was creating the mind object, and because we were heedless in our observation, that we were only looking at the observation, we didn't look at the root cause. And that's where the Yonisumana Sikara picks that up and says that, okay, this is mind, and this mind object is the product of the mind. So that is, mind and mind object are not the two things. That's mean when this is realized, mind consciousness ceases right then. Yeah, because mind consciousness is a distinction between mind and mind object. When one sees that it is the culprit is the mind that was creating the mind object, then mind consciousness stops right at this time, and one experiences the what is called the cessation of perception and feeling and consciousness. So that is how one arrives at this kind of the culmination of the noble eightfold path. And when that sort of experience occurs, the awareness of the world and all these six senses, the experience of the universe completely stops. Basically, mind goes into the complete halt, as if it's kind of, you can say that there was a river, somebody built a big dam on top of a river, and that okay, that the river is very, very deep, and it's kind of a, let's say, few hundred meters deep, and nobody has seen what is underneath that river. So only way to see that what is underneath the river is to build a dam, and build that dam that is high enough to, let's say, contain millions of liters of water, of, let's say, to sustain the kind of flow of water for many several days or weeks. And what one can do is, if one wants to see what is underneath that river, then one will start to stop that flow of water into the dam by shutting that dam, and all the river will dry up. And what is that there is nothing underneath that river. So that is how one start to see what is in this all this experience, the reality of our everyday experience is like a flow, yeah, that we never had a chance to look what is underneath that sort of flow of dependent origination. So it's kind of this practice of eightfold path, where we tranquilize the formation, the stealing of all these formations. What we are doing, we are building up that dam. Yeah, we are building up so that we can store that water. And what is we are trying to unravel the actual the bank of the river, what is underneath that. So what is making up all this flow of experiences of this all these sense experiences, and how we got carried away, and we have been carried away with this sort of flow of divine origin for how many trillions and trillions of Mahakava. I don't know. It's just it's basically we are here for it's just that chain has never stopped so far, and there is an opportunity to practice this eightfold path, and we will be able to unravel that. And this is what the awakening is. And this is I'm not kind of trying to say that this is this is what you need to do. This is what this is the only way to for you to make use of this human experience. You can do anything you like, but it is only after directly seeing for yourself how this the human experiences work, then you come to realize the kind of awakening. And this is what probably what I would like to present this in this call. And I do not have much to comment on different type of philosophies, different practices. I can only comment on what I see, what I have seen for myself, and what I know for myself, and what I believe is the worth pursuing.